So today we're talking about an advanced weight loss strategy called diet periodization, or you can refer to it as a diet break. And it's essentially being able to eat more food in order to lose weight. Now you might be going, how in the heck does that work? That sounds kind of clickbaity to me. But I'm going to explain it to you, and I think you're going to have a bit of an aha moment if you're not aware of this concept. What it works on is the idea that basically your metabolism is meant to be very flexible. It's the reason, it's how we survived as a species. Right now in the modern world, we can have as many calories as we want 365 days of the year, but you don't have to go very far back to see a time when that wasn't the case. And calories were plentiful in the summer, but definitely a lot harder to come by in the winter. And so if you imagine during the summer when calories were the easiest to get, that's also when your metabolism ramps up to its highest. And so your body, it has a ton of energy. It's able to put on a lot of muscle so you can hunt or you can toil the fields or whatever you're doing. And it's also when it's a great time to reproduce, to have kids. Now, when the winter months come along, then all of a sudden your calories get restricted and your body goes, oh crap, we're going to starve to death. And so your metabolism will downregulate until it hits that point where you only need as many calories to survive as what you're getting during the winter. The idea was that you could survive through the winter and then repeat the process. Now, to downregulate, what it would do is it would get rid of as much muscle as it didn't need, and it would lower your activity level to where you actually don't move as much. You don't want to move as much. And of course, it would take away your libido because you're just trying to get you through the winter, let alone try and have enough calories to create another human being. And so nowadays, when we look at dieting, you're sort of mimicking that same process. But if you don't understand it, then it can be very frustrating because what happens is you've been eating just whatever. And so your metabolism is up here and your calories are up here. And then you go, I'm going to go on a diet, and you cut your calories. And at first you start losing weight, but then your metabolism goes, oh crap, we're starving to death. And it starts to downregulate. It's trying to save you. It cares about you and it wants you to survive. And so you get to this point where now your calories in match your calories out and your metabolism has downregulated. Now this is real frustrating for people who have been dieting and don't know why they're not getting results. They feel like they've hit a plateau. And so they have two choices. They can either cut out more calories until their metabolism downregulates again, or they can throw their hands in the air and say, what's the use? This sucks. And then they just binge and eat what they were eating before. And now not only do they gain the weight back, but because their metabolism is starting out down here, a lot of times they end up gaining more weight before their metabolism has adjusted. Instead, what we can do is we can hack this process. Again, your body loves you. You are not trying to trick your body, but you're trying to kind of coach your body like you would a child. And so you're training your body, you're working with your body. To do this, we use a process known as diet periodization. So the way that diet periodization works is, whoosh, first we start by figuring out what your maintenance level is. In other words, how many calories does it take for you to eat to just stay at the same weight? And so some of you guys who are working with us might wonder why we try and find your maintenance calories first. Why don't we just jump right into giving you an amount of calories to eat to lose weight? Well, by knowing what your maintenance level is, we can come back later and use that to our advantage. We can use these advanced methods. And so what we do is usually about 4 to 8 weeks in, we have some certain signals that we look for. When we notice that your metabolism's starting to drop, then what we do is we can bring you back up to maintenance and give you sort of like a diet break, so to speak. So you're eating at maintenance. You're not really losing weight, but what we're doing is we're bringing your metabolism back up to speed. Then we'll go into another little dip where we bring your calories back down so you start losing weight again. And then another 4 to 8 weeks in, we bring it back up for about a week or two is about how long a diet break lasts. And that's the process. Now, how is that different than yo-yo dieting? Well, yo-yo dieting usually looks more like this, where you are eating less than your maintenance until you can't stand it anymore. You go, this sucks. Then you go on a huge binge and you eat way above your maintenance level, bringing your weight up fast, especially if your metabolism has downregulated. And then you go, crap, I weigh a lot more than I want to. I'm going to go on another diet. And so you go on another diet and you're playing this game where you're just going above and below maintenance level over and over again. And that is how diet breaks work.